at you with another channel update. Here to do our subscriber goal giveaway at 300 subscribers. Again, today marks the day that we have reached 300 subscribers on the channel and over 20,500 views. Now literally just last week I gave an update saying that we were at 175 and over 19,500 views. So in a week we've gotten 25 more subscribers and an additional 1,000 views, which is just unreal. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. I'm really excited about things. Today we're going to be doing again the selection for this subscriber goal giveaway, and again it's different this time. Keep in mind I'm going to be choosing 8 subscribers that are then going to be entered into a pseudo tournament. So basically what we're going to do is those 8 that are selected today will send me a 500 point Heroscape army, 1 game per day. The tournament will last a total of 7 games, and so as soon as that tournament is done, we'll have the winning army by the subscriber that chose that army, and then we'll be able to issue the prize, which again, as I mentioned last week, was my services. Again, you get to choose a figure that's $5 or less, and decide to have me create a custom for it, or you get to have an idea or a custom for it, and then I'll create the card, repaint it, and rebase it for you if you'd like. But today we're going to be selecting the 8 subscribers that are going to be entered into that tournament. Okay? Before we do that, I am going to do something a little fun for you guys. I'm actually going to show you my collection. I've had a few requests to do that, so before we get into the 8 selected subscribers, let's go take a look at what I've got. All right, here we are at the Dumbledore Closet of Heroscape. Let's take a peek. Okay, in door 1, I've got on the back wall, I've got a Heroscape poster. This was something I got from a trade on heroscapers.com. Up top, I've got a few of my dragons up there. This is actually a custom dragon that I created out of an extra mem ring. This is Astaroth, and she is a lava dragon, and we heated up Astaroth's wings, neck, and tail and readjusted them. As you can see, we took off the tongue, we changed out the horns, and then we did a base coat and then of black red, and then added some orange and yellow in there for some lava wings. Okay, this was actually painted by Lady Heroscape, who is an art major, and so very impressive paint job by her. This is a custom figure that she helped me make. Okay, and now moving on to my terrain. I've got a full plastic tote here that I got from Walmart. It was like 20 bucks, and it holds all my terrain, which is actually really nice. On the top here, we've got 2 sets of lava, 4 sets of ruins, so 4 large, 4 small. I've got all the battlements and ladders. I've got the castle walks, as well as Road to the Forgotten Forest walks and doors. These are some of the dungeon terrain pieces there. And second drawer down, got a little more space, but just got all my glyphs. I got a little some Swarm of the Morrow pieces there and a few extra terrain. This is just extra space to fill up the terrain. This is a full set, 2 full sets of castle. This is my shadow and dungeon outcrops. I've got 2 sets of dungeon terrain. I've got 2 sets of Tychland Tundra, and then a buttload of snow tiles. 2 sets of Tychland Tundra comes with a lot of snow as it is, but then I've got a ton of extra snow as well. So plenty of snow for some fun big maps that I do. Then down here, I've just got a whole thing of terrain. These are 7 hex, 3 hex, and 2 hexes. I've got the road pieces here, sand, stone, swamp, and grass. Those are pretty tall columns of terrain. It's not a shallow drawer. That's a very deep drawer there. So lots and lots of terrain. And then we've got here my 24 hexes. I've got stone and grass, and some of these are grass as well at the bottom there. I've got enough 24 hexes to make 4 full Rise of the Valkyrie sets, and then on the bottom there I've got some Swarm of the Morrow and D&D 24 hexes. All in all terrain, I've got 3 sets of Swarm of the Morrow, 2 sets of D&D, 4 full sets of Rise of the Valkyrie, and then a ton of other terrain. And I can make about 9 tournament maps at my max. When I have all my terrain being used, it's about 9 tournament maps. So pretty substantial. And here on the, being lined are 3 sets of trees, which constitute 3 full sets of Road to the Forgotten Forest. Alright, so that's terrain there. And actually, I forgot to mention, these behind here are really nice. These are kind of styrofoam boards. These are kind of the thing you used in 1st and 2nd grade for your science project presentation type deal. Super cheap, $1 at dollar store, but sturdy enough to hold a tournament map, and perfect size for tournament maps as well. So anytime that I go to tournaments, I pre-build maps, throw them in the trunk, and use those to transport them. And then up top here, these are all my figures. Okay, these are tackle box totes, just fishing tackle boxes. I'll show you. These are about 20 bucks on Amazon, and they do a great job. In the top here, you can fit a lot of your double-spaced figures, a lot of the huge figures and double-spaced figures you see in here. And so just a big spacious area for those. So really, really nice storing those. Then in here, you've got a couple different holders. This is my whole Ular faction here and here as well. I've got a bunch of C3V figures in here. I just got 6 squads of these Earth Elemental guys. Can't quite remember what they are. They're a C3V unit. Miniature Market had them on sale recently, and so I just grabbed a bunch of them. And then down here, I've got my Vidar faction. Vidar faction is still kind of weak. I've only got 1 squad of Gladiatrons and 2 squads of Blastatrons, but I just made a deal with a guy, and so I'm actually going to get 2 more squads of Gladiatrons to help fill out my Vidar faction. 4 squads of Warforged, C3V gorillas here as well. But yeah, so there's Vidar faction. In the second tote, again, filling up the top of this thing with some of the dragons, as well as the double-spaced figures. Again, this is fitting a lot of the bigger double-spaced figures. Again, very spacious. Totally recommend it. 20 bucks on Amazon, and with Prime, even better. I go in here. I've got an empty one, so I've got to fill that one up. But here I've got some of my Einar faction, gladiators, heroes, samurai, some more samurai, and some sacred band. In the lower level here, I've got some Roman legionnaires. I've got 4 squads of Roman legionnaires, 5 squads of Roman archers, 5 squads of 10th Reg, Kiova, and 2 squads of Einar Imperium. So, got a pretty good collection there for Einar, not too bad. Then up here, notice I've got a CD case. This is where I keep all my common squad figures. So the CD cases, any CD case really is a great size and perfect size for cards. And so in this CD case, this is where I keep all my common squads. And this one actually fits pretty dang well for all my factions. So highly recommend just grabbing a CD case for your cards. Great storage there. Up here you'll notice I just have a bunch of bags. Haven't gotten a second CD case yet. These are all my unique squads and heroes divided by faction in each different bag. Again, not ideal. Got to get another CD case for these guys. And then up here you'll notice the rest of my figures. Okay, these are the rest of my figures. Up here we've got Valkyrie with a full faction of all the squad figures they've got there. This second box is really just for my custom figures I've made. A lot of these are either purchased or personally made, and I'm still working on some of them. These are a lot of just D&D figures that I'm currently working on customs for, and you'll see some of those being play tested in the future. Here's my overflow for Utgar. This is 4 squads of Phantom Knights, some Lava Dudes, and then we've just got some C3V figures in the back row. Bunch of zombie guys. And then for these big Plano boxes, highly recommend these. These basically fit my full faction of Utgar. These are $6 on Amazon, the deep Plano box. They hold so much. I've got 5 squads of rats just in this section. I've got 4 squads of drones, 5 squads of Anubian wolves here. I've got 7 squads of nagrubs here, 5 squads of stingers, a bunch of the Utgar heroes. I've got 6 squads of drones in this section. I've got 3 squads of Badru, 2 squads of shades, 3 squads of heavy gruts, 5 squads of zombies, 3 squads of blade gruts, the Ice and Wine clan in there, 3 squads of arrow gruts there. So this holds all of that. Super awesome. $6 on Amazon, totally worth it. On the bottom here I've got basically my entire Jandar faction. This includes 4 squads of knights, 6 squads of 4th mass, 2 squads of sentinels. In the back row here's some overflow from Utgar, 6 squads of minions of Utgar, a bunch of Jandar heroes here and here actually. This is 4 squads of McDurks. I've got some a couple heroes there as well as some Zute. I've got a C3V unique squad there, and then I've got 5 squads of Omnicrons here. So that is the Jandar faction. Again, another $6 Plano deep box there. Okay, so that's side 1. Let's move on to side 2. Okay, in side 2, this is a fun little side over here. This is my craft box. This is what I use for a lot of the custom work I do. So you'll notice we've got just a lot of craft pieces there, some paint in there. Actually, my paint box isn't in this closet. I've got another location, but some moss. And just in the bottom there, you can't really see it. I won't dig it out, but a lot of just custom cut up figures and other little pieces I use to kind of work on some projects I've got going on. So that's a nice, easy, like $5 at Walmart craft box. Really useful. You'll notice all these boxes, these are actually empty boxes. This is what I use to send a lot of the stuff that I trade or make. You know, my Takala sets, lava sets, figures, and mainly these are used for sending Takala sets. So just a lot of empty boxes for that, which is always fun, good to have. Over here, all my Takala materials. I've got some materials back here as well, all full of bags. This is used for a lot of the jungle, a lot of the Takala trees over here. We've got some partially made Takala wire trees sitting back there, as well as some palms pre-cut, ready to assemble a Takala tree, which, by the way, is still for sale. So if any of you are interested, by all means, contact me and we'll get that squared away. Down here is all my extra terrain. This is terrain that I simply don't need and is extra, and so that sits there if I need to use it for a big game or for going to tournaments, but as well, that is for sale. So if any of you are interested, that is sitting there very lonely. So contact me if you're interested in purchasing some of that. I don't need it. As well, there's the Dice Tower of Power created by Trex. Then moving up here, this is just a box of all my single hex terrain. It's stock full of 3 hives, as well as just a full load of every single hex terrain that I've got. This box is a fun little box I got at Walmart for a few bucks. This is just really nice for tournaments. It's what I use to bring my armies, cards, and dice and things. It fits perfectly. It's a nice, small, very manageable box, very heavy duty as well, so it's not going to break open and it's going to keep your stuff safe. So highly recommend that as well. $5-10 at Walmart. Up here we've just got basically a box of dice. You're not looking at too much. I've got a couple bags of Valkyrie dice, some extra figures, Marvel cards. This actually is a bag of figures. On Heroscapers.com there's a thread called Paying It Forward, which is basically a thread for giving away free figures as long as you pass on free figures to someone else. I just received some free figures from Tyranks on Heroscapers.com, and so these figures are up for giving away for free. They're HeroClix figures. There's just a bunch of figures in there that I'm not using. If you want more details, go on Heroscapers.com. Again, those are free, and I'll send them to whoever wants them. And that's something that we do on Heroscapers.com. So you'd have to go on Heroscapers.com and accept them in order to get them. But that's called a Paying It Forward thread. And once you accept it, then you have to send something else to someone else. So it's kind of a, you get something free, but you have to pass it on. Okay, moving on up here, I just won this Rancor. Heroes of Star Wars Scape is a customs group on Heroscapers.com, and this is a 3D printed Rancor, which is a figure in Heroscape used by the Haas community. And we actually just recently had our tournament yesterday, and Tyranx used 2 of these in his army, and this was one of the prizes on the prize table, and so I took it. So I now have a Rancor and actually a Jabba the Hutt as well. So fun little figures, gonna have to try them out sometime. Over here we have a Sergeant Drake, and very exciting news and something kind of cool is I have a signed Sergeant Drake card by the creator of Heroscape himself, Craig Van Ness right there, Rob DeVoe as well, one of the designers of Heroscape. We also have their sons, Drake and Alexander. Drake Van Ness and Alexander DeVoe are Craig and Rob's sons, and they had this figure named after them, and I have the card signed by all 4 of them. And so this is something special, near and dear to my heart, and so it's really should be framed, but haven't gotten around to it yet. But I've got this sitting up here enjoying itself on the shelf. Back here we've got just a lot of the custom terrain I've done. If you look on Heroscapers.com, I've got my custom terrain thread up there. Really just a really neat orc bridge I made here out of some spare parts of a catapult I just ripped apart. As well, we've got some columns that I made as well that are super fun for those. I also made recently some barricades, and these are basically just spikes, and those are super fun. Maybe I'll start using some of these in my videos to kind of show you how they operate. But yeah, just a lot of custom terrain pieces back here. You saw this one in my last video for Halloween. So just a lot of fun stuff. If you're looking forward for details, just look into my customs thread on Heroscapers.com. All the details are there. And then we've got some figures I'm working on for customs again here, and so those are fun. Got a couple extra figures over here. We've got a Shurak and a Deathwalker 8000. These guys are extras of mine, so if you want them, they're for sale as well. And then just a full box of Rise of the Valkyrie figures. That thing is stock full of Rise of the Valkyrie figures. I'm not going to bother getting it down, but I use those for chopping up for customs, or using them for their bases to rebase on figures, or just you know, selling or giving away to people that need them. But that's really about it, folks. So that's my Heroscape closet. Again, 2 sides, kind of deep over there. Hope you enjoyed that. A few of you were requesting that, and I thought that might be kind of fun to show you what I've got. But that is Sir Heroscape's closet of Heroscape. And now for the real reason why you're watching this video. Alright, and now we're back. I'm here to do the selection of the 8 subscribers that are going to participate in the tournament for the giveaway. Hope you enjoyed that, seeing my collection. I hope it wasn't too long-winded. Just wanted to show you what I've got, and sometimes it's just kind of fun to see what other Heroscapers have collected, kind of what they're up to. If you have any questions or comments on it, let me know. I'd be more than willing to answer anything. If you're interested again in any of the stuff that I'm selling, again, just let me know, contact me. Without further ado, let's go ahead and select the 8 people that are going to participate in the tournament, okay? So we've got a lot of comments. There's a ton of comments this time. It took me a while to get all these out, and Lady Heroscape helped me with them. Well, let's go ahead and select some of those. Okay, first we have is Devin Kramer. Okay, so Devin Kramer, you're one of the 8. Tanner McCullum, Zeklor, and David Mack, Christian Rivas, and Brad Isaacson, Isaac Gunter, and Fermat 101. Okay, well that's super exciting. We've got our 300 subscriber goal that's been met, and so these 8 subscribers are going to participate in a Heroscape tournament. Again, send me a 500-point Heroscape army build. Again, I'll work with you individually to make sure that I have those figures. And once we make that army and everyone's submitted those armies, I'll go ahead and have a tournament. Now, the way that's going to operate is basically throughout the week I'm going to play one game a day. Again, before your armies are submitted, I'm going to go ahead and post links to images for this video with 3 maps that I'm going to be playing on. So on this video, I'm going to give links for the 3 maps that are going to be used in this tournament. I'll give you round 1 map, a round 2 map, and a round 3 map. Again, this is single elimination, so once you're out, you're out. But there'll be 3 maps that will be used. Again, everyone in round 1 will use the same map, everyone in round 2 will use the same map, and then the championship game will be round 3. If any of you don't want to participate, can't make it, or for some reason I don't hear from you in an extended period of time, then I'll go ahead and just select one of the other subscribers to then participate. But go ahead and let's get this show on the road. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, just let me know. Talk to me either through the comments on the channel, but I do prefer my email. So if you email me at heroscaperforlife@gmail.com, then that's going to be the best way for me to be able to keep track of that information. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep track when there's a million different comments on a video. Okay, so here it is. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Hope you enjoyed this week's video, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.